So there's you're not he's doing the lunchroom with Seawall, we're on Seawall. And you've got the lovely Lucy looking after you down there with nibblies and drinks and whatnot. How are you, lad? Take base.
for me, sir, or Captain. I can't whatever, nice and simple. Yeah, speech probably amnesia when you think about it. Got the wonderful Lucy looking after you there. Lucy's everything to everyone at all times. She's your deckhand, your safety officer, security. If you get out of the line, she'll wrestle with you, so watch out for that. Now folks, are going to point out a few little points of interest today on the way out. Number one's our little Walkway Bridge in front of us here. Now, have a guess what they've named this little bridge. It's a colour. What do you think? Blue? Who's the blue? Yeah, right. You would think it's the blue bridge, wouldn't you? But it's not. It is the green bridge, alright? It's been named the green bridge for reasons none too obvious. So we'll get you to watch your heads when we come underneath this little bridge. We don't want it dented. It costs $19.5 million to build. It's actually built for the Commonwealth Games and completed 6 months after the games were completed. Watch out, please.
features that are predominantly in the area into waterfront properties. This master plan has resulted in over 446 kilometres of waterways and canals, which equates to 9 times more than the city of Venice. Our ride is known as Paradise Orchards. Originally it was all swampland before being dredged out to make man-made islands for all these beautiful properties that can be seen. Once again, all the properties in this area are built on the waterfront, and house prices start from around $2 million, going upwards to around $10 million. Now on the right, the 3-storey house that you can see, well, this is one for the ladies on board. It has a 13-man lift inside, but also, most importantly, it has a fully functioning hairdressing salon on the top floor, so that the lady of the house doesn't need to go out to get her hair done, but rather can stay in.
Now folks, have a look at this massive big house over here that's just been completed with a few windows. Now this fellow just paid $9.4 million for the land alone, and he had a working budget of $40 to $50 million to build that house. So it's a pretty serious property. Now he's either got a huge family or he's going to use it once or twice a year as a holiday home. It's looking like the second of the two so far. The thing that disappoints me about this house though is the size of the television. Have a look at it, it's nowhere near big enough. Now if you're going to have a house that big, you need a 1,000-inch TV in every room, including the bathroom. Bit of work to be done there, I think.
Now for the very
For free?
newly established hotel.
For free? No.
Surfers Paradise previously
Okay, that's
known
okay.
as Elston. And in 1917, the Brisbane real estate company started to market the newly popular area as a surfers paradise. A couple of years later, a Brisbane hotelier by the name of Jim Cavell came to the area, and he established the Surfers Paradise Hotel in 1925. He went on to lobby the government strongly to have the name changed from Elston to Surfers Paradise, and was successful in doing so in 1933. In the 1940s, with World War II, came servicemen looking for a place to relax, and by the early 1950s, the region was formerly known as the Gold Coast. In the 60s and 70s, it established itself as one of the top tourist destinations and has remained so ever since. We now have over 12 million tourists a year visit the area, with 500,000 permanent residents. On our left you will see TSS, the Southport School. It's one of the oldest Anglican schools in Queensland and the only all-girls boarding school on the Gold Coast. TSS was founded in 1901 by Reverend Horace Henry Dixon, and in 1909 the establishment of boarding houses occurred. Today it has over 1,300 students, with approximately 250 of those being boarders. If you're looking at sending your sons there, it's around $30,000 a year for day students and approximately $50,000 a year to board. The school is big on their sporting achievements, having produced quite a number of well-known athletes, including Adam Scott, the golfer, and Matty Rogers, the rugby league player. The land has been valued at over $100 million, as the building valuation is approximately $66 million. And the older properties that you can see just behind the sporting field there, they were the original school houses, which are now used for the boys' home. On our right hand side, the cream house with the terracotta roof and steps was originally built by the late Keith Williams. Keith Williams was the founder of SeaWorld and also did some developments on Hamilton Island in the Whitsun days. When it was built, it was the largest property in the area at the time, but it's now being rivalled by those houses over to our left-hand side.
Thank you.
We like to call this area Millionaires Row. Now the fourth house alone with 4 palm trees out the back. Each one of those palm trees was brought in by water as a fully established plant at a cost of approximately $80,000 per palm tree. It's owned by a cotton farmer by the name of Tom, who's recently spent over $20 million. The Japanese-inspired house next door to this is owned by Bilbo Connor. Mr. Connor started Riviera boats and now owns Maritimo boats. And next into that one, the Victorian-style home. That gentleman purchased the land here for $10 million, spent approximately $20 million building the house before he ran out of money. The bank then sold it for approximately $9.8 million. The 3-story cottage inside home next door is owned by Tony Coughlin. For those of you V8 supercar enthusiasts, he's the gentleman who runs the V8 supercar series here on the Gold Coast. And the 2 houses on the end are owned by a gastroenterologist and cardiologist. The light rail was opened in July 2014, connecting Broad Beach to Griffith University and the University Hospital. In 2017, it was extended through to the Helensvale station, giving it direct links to the Brisbane Rail and Airport. Eventually, the light rail will extend from the Gold Coast Airport all the way through to Helensvale. There are currently 19 stations with 5 interchanges.
Says while we're eating and we're sleeping and we're reading the prices will be paying down the line. And the icebergs maybe it will turn the wine.
Looking to our left, the large resort building that you can see is Rivage Royale. Now, if you take a look in the centre, you'll see 3 columns and a large void area. This void is used as a common area for the residents. However, it does have a design purpose. It was an Asian consortium that built the building, and they built it with the principles of feng shui in mind. This void was so that the evil spirits would pass through the building without getting caught in the building. Now, remembering that that takes up equivalent of approximately 12 units, so it would have been a loss in revenue of about $12 million to the developers. Just goes to show how many evil spirits they thought we had here on the Gold Coast.
Yes, and we do. Now, folks, look, we're approaching not 1 but 3 bridges here. Mind your heads, please, as we come underneath the little bridges. Thank you. Great little Italian restaurant on the left-hand side too, called Gabito's. If you like our Italian food, you'll love that one. They come and sing Italian songs around your table when you dine. You get serenaded. Lots of pizza, lots of spaghetti, and lots of pompover in your experience.
The little bridge that we're passing on is the Sunday Bridge. Sunday Bridge, and this is a wooden bridge called the Jubilee Bridge, which connects the Southport Bridge. This bridge lasted approximately 40 years, and it was rumoured towards the end of its life that a man was hired to sit underneath the bridge and replace the bolts as they fell out. In 1966, the Sunday Bridge was built. Welcome to the Broadwater. This is the busiest recreational waterway in Queensland, with more boats per capita than anywhere else in the Southern Hemisphere. With over 800 kilometres of waterways on the coast, this equates to more waterways than Amsterdam and Venice combined. Looking to the left, you'll see a tall pole with a large nest perched on top. Keep an eye out for the residents, Austin and Audrey. They're a pair of Osprey Eagles.
Now, folks, here they are over here on the right-hand side. They're sitting on the little the spreaders on the mast there. There's our little Osprey Eagles, Austin and Audrey. Now, that's their dining table. They don't eat in the nest, they eat over there. So they'll swoop down and grab a fish and they go and land on that boat. There's the little birdies on that kid. Our little Osprey Eagles. They've been nesting here for almost 30 years, those birds do. Beautiful birds.
Costing around the $10 million, will set you back about $1 million per year to keep you on the water. Which is obviously why they have the name BOAT. B-O-A-T. Bring on another 1,000.
We've got the Southport Yacht Club up ahead of us here. Lovely little spot to go for a bite to eat or a quiet drink. Lovely out looking over the boats. Have a look at all these beautiful big boats. As you can see, everyone's out on the boat for Easter. But if you do look closely at these boats, you see most of them do share a common name. They're all called for sale. Alright, now it's not very original, but very, very popular at the moment. Basically, I have found the best way to find keeping marina by a long shot is basically someone else's, alright? Never own your own boat. Hire it for the day if you want to be a captain and you like drama. Just do it with the cruise. How easy is this? You don't have to worry about anything at all. Get all the pleasure without the pain. Now, if it is in your DNA that you have to own a boat, some people do, make sure you have enough money to pay someone else to comfortably look after it, okay, and maintain it, because it's a horrible job. You get covered in green slime, toxic paint, cuts and bruises, broken bones, trips to the emergency ward. Don't recommend it at all. That's if you know what you're doing. Now over here to the right, you can see a little naval cadet school. You can send the kiddies there. Teach them how to be sailors, give them half a chance of surviving at sea when they get older. If nothing else, they'll learn some really cool knots. You got the government marine department officers beside that. You got the Department of Fisheries, the Department of Transport, the water police have their offices over there. Nice place to have your office. This is the new police boat up ahead of us here to the right. This is $2 million worth of boat sitting at the jetty here. Now that little boat will do over 50 knots and travel in under half a metre water. So what that basically means is that they're chasing you, give up. You're not going to get away, they're going to catch you. Over here to the left, these little white buoys lined up here with the yachts tied to them. Now this is where they tie up all the salvaged and abandoned boats on the Gold Coast. Now you can buy these boats for as little as $1 at public auction. That could make a great project for someone. Then again, it might be the most expensive gold you'll ever spend in your life, you never know. Actually had a friend of a friend that bought one of these boats, and he came so close to getting it back to the marina before it sank. Just not quite. Anyway, that was an expensive one.
Directly in front of us now, you will see Fisherman's Wharf Tavern, which is also known as Fisho's. It's one of the few taverns where you can sit over the water to enjoy the live music they have on Sundays, as well as reasonably priced food and drinks.
Activities in the Gold Coast. You've got the jet ski safaris, the jet boat safaris, there's electric boats called Duffy Boat Hire, you can hire and drive yourself, no license required. Got luxury charter boats like the Yacht Club here on the right hand side. Locally built boat, that one, so it's a beauty. They do private and public charters, and it's $129 for lunch for one level and $149 for the other. Very tasty too. Over there to the right too, we've got a little floating chapel about to come into view. Heard of this one? It's called Our Lady of the Sea. It's a very little boat. You can get married on the water, and afterwards you can go deep sea fishing on the deep sea fishing chapel boats. Over here to the right is the most entertaining place in the world to come for a weekend though. It's called the Fuel Jetty. It's free entertainment. All you do is sit over there and watch people try and put the boats and get them off the jetty. It's beautiful. They crash on the jetty. It's very much out of right there. Look at this big fat deciders here. This is none of that, what is it? Trailer export. That's owned by one of our local politicians. You might have heard of him, Mr. Clive Palmer. Described recently as the working man's friend. $40 million worth of boats got sitting there. It's not bad, is it? It's one of his boats is what it is. That's the biggest. And that's called Australia, and it's registered in a place called Gibraltar. And I'm not sure what part of Australia that is. So on the WK, lovely, lovely. Now have a look to the right here. You have got this beautiful big resort over here. This is called the Palazzo Versace. This was built as a 6-star resort when I was first there a few years back now. It's had a lot of very rich and famous people stay there over the years. Bill Clinton stayed there, Monica Lewinsky, the Rolling Stones, the Who stayed there, Pink stayed there, Paul stayed there. I think for the next president of the United States, Mr. Justin Bieber stayed there. Even if he's Canadian, who cares? If you want to stay there, you're looking around about $4.50 a night for your smaller rooms, going up to about $7,000 a night for your luxury penthouses. So it's not cheap, but it's very popular. The food's amazing if you can afford to eat there. I was lucky enough to get a half-price dinner voucher, and I had dinner there one night. I put a small mortgage out on my house to throw away. I would have lose the house, but that's another story. If you will enjoy the food, I guarantee it. If you just want a cup of tea, you can have high tea over there too. That's about $20 for a cup. Something ever on that one.
Make pictures. You got? Oh.
Just walk south if you want a lovely breakfast restaurant. This market is so busy on weekends and public holidays. They often hire a good food staff to protect the day.
If you do like fresh seafood, you've got all the trawlers lined up over on the right here. Now, I highly recommend you buy directly off the boats. They go out fishing most nights, whatever they catch, just on the next day. It's super fresh, super tasty. To get there, just drive down Seaboard Drive in the Southport Spit. There's only one road. Go up to the first roundabout just past the Versace Resort. You'll see all the signs out the front of who's got what for sale. If you can't get what you want off the boats, you go to the Pink Seafood, which is behind the trees, behind the boats. Great fish and chips too. If you do buy your fish and chips there though, don't eat them there. Keep going down to the end of the Southport Spit up past Suburb, which is in front of us here. You'll get to the Southport Seaway. It's only a short drive. You sit right on the waterfront there, eat your fish and chips, and then you can go for a wonderful walk down to the end of the Seaway Wall. It's absolutely spectacular. Now over there to the right is Seawall in between the trees. You can see the roller coaster in the background there. Top little spot to visit on your holidays if you get a chance. They've got amazing marine life and animal life over there. They've got fish with a polar bear, dolphins, penguins, sharks, seals, stingrays, starfish, turtles. Not all in the same pen either. They do separate them. They do a lot of wonderful work rescuing marine life off the coast here too and giving it a place to stay while it recovers and recuperates for people see well. Now folks, on the way home to celebrate this glorious day we've got today, we're going to do a happy hour and have cocktails. If you want to sample one of Lucy's amazing cocktails, $10 each on the way home. You can sample the 5 different flavours on the way home if you like. And go home and have a nap. Apart from that, I will be quiet on the way home, give you guys a chance to relax and enjoy each other's company and the music and the view. Before I am quiet though, just have a look at this little yacht up here. This is my favourite little yacht. It's such a special little boat, this one over here on the Harbour, But that little boat is over 120 years old. A lovely lady owns it and lives aboard. It's been around the world twice. Multiple trips between New Zealand and Australia where it was built, and multiple trips around the Pacific Islands as well.